Now, my mother does not know swimming, so this was obviously a photo op. As we were about to enter the pool, a man came sprinting to tell us that cotton was not allowed. My mother was wearing a cotton salwar suit. I should have known this to save her the embarrassment, but mom did not flinch. She just waited for the man to leave, inched her way close to the pool, put her feet in the water, and asked me to take a picture anyway. My mother wants pictures everywhere. This is new for me. To know why, you have to know her. My mother grew up in Tikapur, a small village in Nepal. She got married to someone her father chose for her at the age of 19 and had me when she was 20. When she moved to Bombay, she slowly began to let go parts of herself. First, it was her mother tongue. The new neighbors, the shopkeepers, the bus conductors, and her husband spoke Hindi. So Nepali became a relic from the past that she stored in some secret chamber and only took out when the elders came. Hindi inhabited her tongue. The second thing she let go of was food. We never ate the aloo ko achar or the sale rotis or anything peculiarly Nepali because my mother made what my father liked. The only thing she did retain was spiciness because she loved eating spicy food. Everything she cooked had a lot of chilies and peppers, or what I would metaphorically call a silent rage. This became my inheritance in taste and in life. For most of my childhood and a decent part of my adulthood, I've known my mother as a quiet, reserved, and perceivably sad person. She used to say, if you laugh too much or too loudly, you'll have to cry soon. I had a father who validated this often, so I don't blame her for believing in this, but this too became my inheritance. The constant anticipation of something going wrong, especially when everything's going great. But if I think deeper, go beyond the surface of what is in my childhood memories, then a specific one where my mother was happy appears. I must have been 4 or 5. My mother had this ritual of going to this particular beauty parlor with the women from the neighborhood. It was a small parlor made to look big with its sliding doors and its sheer curtains that separated the various sections where threading, waxing, facial, haircuts, and all these important businesses would take place. My mother and her friends would tend to their grooming needs, and us children, we just gawk quietly at everything as if we were under the spell of the talcum powder that always suspended in the room. I loved going to this parlor with my mother. But more importantly, I remember this as the only thing she indulged in exclusively for herself. So perhaps it's not a surprise then that years later, at 50, my mother's found something in Vanity. She wants pictures and videos everywhere. A couple of years ago, I took her out for a vacation in Goa. We stayed in a nice beachside resort, and for the first time, my mother and I floated together in the sea. I had never seen her like this before, surrendering to the ocean and giggling like a child. On the last day at the resort, she wanted to go to the pool. Now, my mother does not know swimming, so this was obviously a photo op. As we were about to enter the pool, a man came sprinting to tell us that cotton was not allowed. My mother was wearing a cotton salwar suit. I should have known this to save her the embarrassment, but mom did not flinch. She just waited for the man to leave, inched her way close to the pool, put her feet in the water, and asked me to take a picture anyway. The next day, when we were back home, a 30-second show reel was uploaded in our family WhatsApp group, which had that picture and many others from the trip patched together in a colorful animation with music and stickers and visual effects. It went up on her Facebook as Enjoy Moment. My mother wants pictures next to fountains and statues and blooming trees. She wants pictures at airports, inside the flight, and next to the plane where it clearly says this is a defense airport and photography is not allowed. Last Diwali, everyone was gathered home and mom did the unthinkable. She pulled me to dance. This has not been our dynamic. I was the one pulling her into dancing circles every Ganpati Visarjan or someone's wedding barat. This time, she put a Nepali song on the TV, got my siblings and me into a circle, placed a phone vertically from us on a table, and joined us to dance. The next day, that video showed up on her Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. The caption, enjoy dance. Compliments came pouring in. Looking nice, Diju. Diju means elder sister. God bless you, Bhabhi. So beautiful. In no time, her comment section was filled with hearts and flying kisses. Nepali has returned to her life now, in the form of trending songs, but also in the form of distant relatives who are very active on social media. I have an aunt who has gained 11,500 followers, lip syncing to popular Bollywood songs and looking absolutely stunning while at it. My mother was also closer to the women in the family. They go out every Sunday scouting for the prettiest backdrops in Bombay for their reels. And besides its cuteness, my mother admits that this has also brought her new friendships. But something else has changed too. My mother is no longer the quiet, shy, reserved woman I knew as a child. There is a newfound courage to break rules, to be unhinged. Recently, we went to watch a play. It was a comedy drama that I thought she'd enjoy, and as expected, she did. A friend of mine was the lead in the play, so we went to meet her backstage after. And as we were talking to this friend in question, the director of the play, who's a veteran actor, was moving about the crowded backstage area, looking like he was clearly in the midst of many things. My mother spotted him, stopped him short, pulled his arm, told him she loved his last film, and could she have a picture? I was a little embarrassed at the pulling of the arm bit, but the embarrassment doesn't last, and there usually appears a deeper truth. I have come to realize that my mother's obsession with pictures and videos is how she claims her place on the internet, in culture, in the gazillion images we see and consume every single day. But for mom, it's much simpler and personal. This is how she refuses to be overlooked. This is how she refuses to fade into the background. This is how she affirms that she is here and she is seen. My mother's vanity is a return to herself. Thank you.